Okay, so this message today, I'm really getting this energy of you have done your part. There's something here that this simulation, this reality, what's happening here, the divine wants this to go in a particular, it's trying to guide all here in a particular way. And to have someone incarnate that embodies the divine in such a way that allows them to be put on such a pedestal, that allows the energy that creates worlds to yield to them in such a way that they are so greatly seen, heard, that the impact is so great that their story is told long after their existence is over. There's something here about you are embodying something that is bigger than just you, your life, your dreams, your aspirations. This is in alignment with holiness. There are divine beings, there are holy beings, there are ancient light beings, elders, there are deities, there are angels, there are holy ones that you are in alignment with. There are certain ones that you could have resonance with, and in a past life you were them, and you are making their legacy alive now. You have done the work in your physical being to embody this. And now, yes, you're receiving the rewards, but it's not even about the rewards. It's not even about the money. It's not even about the support, the recognition, the dream come true, the living this luxury lifestyle, to the amount of people that you get to actually help, to things being good for you and for others, and you getting to do something to make things good for others. It's not about any of that. It's bigger than any of us, what this embodies. And the thing is that you have already done your part. The divine is funding now what you are aligned with, which is your purpose. And it is shown to you by following your joy, having blind faith, being willing to take a look at yourself, even when it's difficult, make the changes, be honest with yourself. Just listening to the voice within, it's always guided you to get to this point. And there has been so many little things that you have done that have been so big, actually. Little acts, big acts, facing things within yourself, facing things out here in this world. There's something here where it's not even like a test. It's just to get to this point to embody this, and you have. You have. And you're severely underestimated. There's something here like, okay, we're going to have some kind of a contest, American Ninja Warrior, World Ninja Warrior, whatever that is. Great American Ninja Warrior, Great World Ninja Warrior, whatever. And there's like a 3-year-old girl that's like, I want to do it. And they're like, okay, yeah, whatever. Just let her. So I'm going to make it to the first thing. And it's like everybody is so consumed by everything else that's happening. And this 3-year-old girl makes it to the end, and nobody else does or something. And that's you, whether you're male or female. So there's something here about this that is happening. And you could hear about an abyss. You could hear about a sinkhole. And there's something about untouched land, holy land. A place that is holy. Places that were thought to be not holy that are still existing, and you're clearing it to make it holy too. I'm seeing like shards of glass broken, but it makes something beautiful. If you see something that is like a mosaic, it is made of broken pieces of glass. That is a sign, that is a symbol. That is a symbol. Some of you could be having out of body experiences and experience astral projection, experience lucid dreaming here, having visions in your day-to-day life, and realizing that you've been having visions for quite some time, forever, and maybe you just, thought it was a daydream and brushed it off. Or you were so busy in the life that the second that vision stopped, you just didn't allow it to register. There's something here about your legacy. Your story will be told. You could be a teller of stories here. I'm seeing a white rose now. Being handed a white rose. It's like you're being handed a white rose, and the white rose represents the peace, the solace, the soul of those that are died in a tragedy, their souls being welcomed back into the light, those souls being reunited with the light, going to the light. This is what a white rose represents. So there's something here where you could have seen or known of a lot of people that have passed away in tragedies. You could really feel things. And find yourself 7:17 on the clock. 7:17 is a number to me. 17 is the star card. Okay. This represents knowing something is your mission. Knowing something, you're destined to do something, you're destined to be somewhere, and there is a blind faith and saying, I'm going for it. And maybe there were other people that they could have been a part of this and they chose not to, and you're going to have to go it alone, and you choose to do it anyways. It is wishing upon a star. It is your prayer being answered. It is your prayer being answered, and you seeing, experiencing, feeling, living the answered prayer. This is insane. The Three of Wands here, doesn't he look like he's looking out at the stars? Wishing on a star, wishing on a shooting star. I'm getting Lilo and Stitch and Moana. You could be very fond of Polynesia. Is Moana Polynesian? I don't know. I heard Polynesian, okay. I don't know enough about the region, but I know that both of them occur on islands that are very beautiful, and both of them have celestial bodies that are speaking to them. Both of them have supernatural experiences. Moana with her grandmother and Lilo with the aliens. But Moana looks up to the stars and she realizes, hey, my people were voyagers. When she goes into the cave, her grandmother tells her to go into the cave and to beat the drum, and she has a vision. This is what I'm saying. She has a vision, and that is shamanic journeying. That the repetitive drum pattern puts you in a trance-like state, allows you to experience a lucid-like dreaming where your ancestors, your soul, your spirit guides can communicate to you. And this is what happens. She beats the drum. Shamans used to do this. They would go into the cave. They would hit the drum, and have visions. And it was their ancestors talking to them, telling them things. And her ancestors were showing her, we were voyagers. You're supposed to be a voyager. So there's something here about a prayer. Looking to the stars represents an asking. It represents a, I'm willing to be curious and please guide me with where this is going to go. Lilo does this when she asks for an angel. And that's the thing, is some of you are receiving an angel. It's like ask and it is given. This is an asking and then it's here. This night you're asking, the next day it's there. You know, it feels very quick. So you're starting to piece together here the answered prayers. And the portal that you go through, 44 could be a significant number for you. 369 could be a significant number for you. 717 could be a significant. 999. Okay. The 4 of Wands here, 1111. Okay. It's 1111. Okay. When they do this, I swear. So there's a portal here. This card talks about a portal. And you're going through a portal where you are seeing how you interact with the universe, how you embody the universe, how you are this universe. And it happens in such a way that when you have the question, the answer appears. And this happens because you are able to navigate within yourself how to shift from the vibration of the question and then the surrender, the allowing, the listening and receiving, and also when to act, to allow. It's like there are so many beings out there that are watching over us, that love us so very much. And when we have an asking, when we pray, there is a vibration of the prayer being asked, and then there is a vibration of the prayer being answered. And all we have to do is shift into the allowing of the prayer to be answered. And the letting go of how or what it actually is, right? While listening to what the universe is showing us to be, to do or not to do. I was getting Star Wars before and Egypt. Okay, Egypt. Wow. Yeah, the 4 of Cups is here in the world again. Keeps coming up with the 6 of Cups. So it's past lives and the Wheel of Fortune. Oh yeah, it is. Okay, so they were like, don't shuffle, just talk about this. Wow. Because there's something here about the world of our body and the world, the simulation. And when we incarnate, we get a building point. We get a say in what this universe is, right? We're building this simulation with our minds. All of us and anyone who has ever lived before us. That's what's going on. We're here, we keep traveling back in time. We keep having all of these lifetimes to become what we actually are. But there is no limit on the time that we have. It is limitless. It is. But it is in a way, are we part of the cure or are we part of the disease, you know? And there's something here about everything that is here. All of these old ancient stories, Sadhguru talks about this. And he talks about how these old stories that we retell, that are from all these years ago, these ancient ones, these ones that, you know, They did things where they meditated for 7 days and they didn't need food. They, all of these things, right? These beings, they really lived. These beings, they really did do this. But there's something here about the reason that we are telling their stories. And the reason why these stories are so dramatic and in the way that there is an alternate meaning in what we're saying is this is the way that things become remembered, that they become timeless. And there's something about you that your energy represents that, because right now everything is falling apart. Everything is breaking. And people need something new to look to. And you're going to be the new story. You're going to be the new legacy leaver. You're going to be the one with the unbelievable, with the miracles, like Moana, right? Her people are going to continue to tell her story because they weren't voyagers. And then there was the girl that dared to believe that, no, we are voyagers. And she went out into the sea, right? And look at what she achieved, right? This story is going to be told. It's going to be told. It's going to be told. So there's something here in Moana. Everything was there's no fish. There's no fish. There's no fish. The coconuts are rotten. It's like, okay, we're running out of food, And Moana said, I'm not going to wait for this island to burn down. Okay? No. I'm going to listen to what my heart is calling me to. And this is what you have done. And now in the world, you are this portal that the divine can work through. That's what's happening here. This is what is happening here. And there is almost this fantasy, like this dream-like wonder that is calling people to face their fear. And you represent that. There's something very alluring about you. This is your physical appearance, very strikingly, gorgeously beautiful, handsome, whatever, that's drawing people in. There's something that you represent that people dream about, that people want, that have a curiosity, they have a mystery, they have a wondering about. You have a mysterious energy. There's something here where your energy causes curiosity. There's something that, there's a project, there's a passion that you have that you now embody that plays on people's curiosity in a way that causes them to face the upheaval that needs to happen, which then allows for them to be stable, self-sufficient in such a beautiful and remarkable way, and have an immense amount of security and stable within themselves, that they are constantly adapting and free. It's like, what? Yeah, that's it. That's the thing. There is this energy of you're kind of like this wonder. You are a wonder. You could be very drawn. There is a place, there is a dream-like place that you want to go to. You're going to go there. You're going to go to that place. Something very spiritual and sacred is going to happen there. And where you go then in this world, spiritual and sacred things will then happen to people, but first there will be a destruction. There will be a fear that they have to face, and a fear that they are avoiding will get stronger, and the real dream that they have, that there is immense excitement about but intense fear about, will also get stronger. This is the forces of the world. You have the world and the wheel of fortune here. This is very powerful. The forces of the world here, the forces of the universe that are crying out for this change, work through you, pour through you. And people are either excited and inspired and headed right for this abyss and diving into that void and going for it, or people are running for it and their world is crumbling around them, forcing them through. It doesn't really matter which one it is. There is something here about you being a star. There is something here about you actually being a star. Being a star, being famous, being known for this. This could be famous people wanting to reach out to you because there is a spiritual calling and they have no way to act on it. They don't know how to act on this, and nobody understands this. They don't have anyone to share this with. You are giving a voice and action and allowing to something that people don't know how to articulate. The words that need to be said, but nothing comes to mind. You're very powerful. You're a very powerful being. You have incarnated several times, and you were asked to come to do this. This is not something that you just wanted to do. It's bigger than that. And you know this now at this point. You receiving blessings, you need to allow people to take care of you. Things, situations, life is going to take care of you in unimaginable ways. Moana has to there are people that plant the coconut trees and they do all that kind of stuff. But when there comes to a radical journey, she's the one that takes it. She is the spiritual warrior here. And it's like you have done that part within your soul. And now there represents some kind of a pilgrimage. It could be someplace where the stars are above and it's aligned with the stars above. Something you can really relate to being a starseed. And putting up lights or crystals in a way that looks like the stars or the constellations here. You could be really intrigued by that. Seeing a telescope is 100% a sign. You remind people to be curious, to wonder, to question, and to face what they have been running from, what they have been decorating as beautiful, to realize that it is a monster. And to dive into that hole in their heart. There is a silence that they have to face to be free. You have done it, and now you cause this domino effect in others, whether they want it or not. It's very powerful. This energy is something that is to be honored, and you will be honored. You will be recognized. You will be taken care of. You will have what you need. And I was seeing this earlier, there is a sense of a partnership. This is the Three of Pentacles here. And the Three of Pentacles in the typical one is a co-creation. But do you see the stars? but she's indoors creating this. There's something here where you are co-creating with the universe. You work with the universe now. Your family is spirit. You have aligned with some kind of a deity that you now embody, that you now are. Your higher self, you're realizing what you really are. There is another lifetime where people still talk about what you have done on this planet, or you are working with this being as a mentor. There's something really big that is happening here. Knight of Wands. And it is calling you to be willing to go on this journey like Moana. And look at this, the sun. You are met with the sun. You are met with happiness. You are met with bliss. The devil is here. The Three of Swords are here. And the Chariot is here. You have already faced this devil. This is something that you have already faced. I was getting a lot about Egypt as well. Star Wars. Did I say Star Wars? You could feel connected to stars. You know, yeah, Egypt. This is going on longer than what I intended it to, but I just feel like this is such an important message. There is a way that it's like the angels know the demons very well. They're right there. You know, they know each other so well. It's just like Catch Me If You Can energy. I haven't channeled that in a long time. It's like Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom Hanks in Catch Me If You Can. Okay, Frank Abagnale and Tom Hanks, they know each other so well. They're right there. So there is this energy here of it's always right there. That darkness is always right there, but it cannot get to you. And it ends up, you're at a point now where it works for you. It works for you. And you have figured out how the darkness within you, we all have it to any degree. You have figured out the sorrow, the darkness within you. You have figured out how to utilize it to propel you forward. And this is an inspiration that is enchanting, that is believed in. And it's almost like seeing is believing, but people believe without seeing. And you represent and embody all of this in one. And when you guard yourself, your energy, your being, your mind, your body, like a temple, which is what Egypt represents, when you guard it like a temple, then you get to this point where you are taken care of and you move in magical ways across this planet. The universe works through you in such a miraculous way that it cannot be explained other than the stars are magic and real. It's like, what? And this is how the darkness can be so close to you but work for you and not touch you. Not have a way to touch you. But first, you must guard your being like a temple. Your mind, your spiritual body, your energy, your soul, your dreams, your worries. Even people will even use your sorrow against you, you know. Your body, this is what the Sphinx does. They guard those temples, those pyramids. And in the pyramids, there are the tombs of the pharaohs. It was built by slaves. So how have you been a slave in your own reality? And how can you see yourself instead as a pharaoh? As the divine embodied. That's what they believed the pharaoh to be. And then from other lifetimes, this is what was in the pyramids. What was other lifetime blessings? This is what they stored so they could access it in another lifetime. But to access it, you must guard your energy. And the Sphinx is typically what's on the chariot. So now the way that you move in the world is meeting you as the embodiment of the divine. That's what's happening here. It's absolutely profound. It's insane. I don't even know what to say. Okay, I'm going to leave it here. Thank you. I love you. If you want a personal reading, it's in the description. If you want to know about hypnosis, completely changed my life. You could see your past lives. You could see whatever you need to heal and heal it. To actually move forward and break the pattern that you're living over and over again and actually have your reality shift and change. So if you feel called in your heart, the information is in the description.